Okay, I want to know what you put on your Wheaties.
Why is that?
Well, you've managed to convince my grandfather I should be on the board of the foundation.
Well, I'm sure that Edward made up his own mind.
No one else was lobbying for me.
Well, you're an excellent candidate, as Keisha has reminded me. Doesn't that count for something? I'm sure Edward is just acting on his own good judgment.
So, what did you say?
Well, I said I'd think about it and talk to you guys. But yeah, the answer's yes, of course.
All right.
I'd love to.
All right.
That's
Good. Good. Glad to have you on board.
Yes.
And I'm sure that Keisha shares my opinion.
You know I do.
I just want to thank you both very much. You're making me feel very welcome.
Well, you are very welcome. And now that that is out of the way, I've got some thank you letters I need to write. You two, stay here, make yourselves at home. I'm going to work in another room.
Okay.
What I got myself into?
I beg your pardon?
No, Keisha, I don't mean you. I mean this whole Charles Street project.
I thought you were gung-ho about it.
I am. I am, and it's an honor to be asked, and I know I can help.
Yeah? But?
It's a family thing, as always. I ruffled feathers, and I never know what the fallout's gonna be.
Jason, I know you and AJ have a healthy competition, but come on, get over it. This is good for the whole community. Surely your family can see that.
I think so. You see, but business has always been AJ's province, and I've always kept myself a little separate from it. And I made no secret of how I dislike some of the things they've done, most recently, the incinerator fiasco.
Right.
So now, when it looks like I might get involved, AJ feels threatened.
Well, not to seem insensitive, but do you really need to care?
Keisha, I'm not in the business of stirring up trouble for trouble's sake. And I'm also not looking to insinuate myself on AJ's turf.
Excuse me, but the turf happens to be this community, with which you have a much stronger connection than AJ does. Jason, there's work for both of you. Different kinds of work tapping into each of your strengths.
You just have it all figured out.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon. What is the problem having both of you? You want AJ on the board, so do we. We also want you.
Right. Well, it's a great opportunity to make the work in the community pay off.
I'm going out on a limb here, but would you mind if I spoke to AJ myself?
As a matter of fact, he'd probably listen to you more readily than me right now.
Okay, great. I'd love to do it. The last thing we need is for unresolved issues between the two of you blowing up just when we need to present a unified front.